No, we have not.
Let's do a Tiff's Corner for our Thanksgiving edition of Dave and Tiff.
All right, Dave. So your favorite team, the Portland Trailblazers, Damian Lillard opened up a Toyota store in McMinnville, Oregon last month. And for what he's doing this week, because it is Thanksgiving, he's invited all restaurants in the area to sell his dealership $100 gift cards to their restaurant, which then he's going to take and donate to local nonprofits to help distribute food to families in need in that area. I thought that was pretty cool.
Very nice from a good player and obviously a great person using his business and his professional athlete platform to help do some good. Awesome.
There's also a golf tournament next month, the PNC Championship. It's December 17th through the 20th in Orlando. Tiger Woods is paired up with his 11-year-old son, Charlie, and this is the former father-son challenge. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people because Charlie is quite an accomplished junior golfer. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people tuning in to watch Tiger, but more so, watch his son compete really for the first time on national TV.
Can you imagine, and well, my kids don't have to worry, but can you imagine being the son of a legend? Like Tiger Woods' son in the same profession or same activity that your dad is a legend in, like little Bronny for LeBron James playing basketball, Michael Jordan's son playing college basketball. I mean, the pressure there must be in terms of expectations is just through the roof.
Right. All right. This came out earlier today, the BetMGM odds for the 2021 World Series for the champions. Your Los Angeles Dodgers are the betting favorite, plus 400, followed by the New York Yankees at plus 600, and tied for third, Chicago White Sox, the Atlanta Braves, and my San Diego Padres at plus 1,000. Now remember, Dave, there's been no repeat champion since 2000 when the Yankees won it actually 3 years running from 98 all the way to 2000.
I mean, look how long it took the Dodgers to win it again. The last time was 1988. So I know that it's tough, and especially with, no. And I hate to say it because, I'll admit it. The two teams that with the highest payrolls who can kind of quote unquote buy the best players are the Dodgers and the Yankees. And lo and behold, those are the top two teams in that odds on who's going to win the World Series. So you got to have the juice in baseball to be able to get into that and get into postseason success, it seems like.
Also, something that came out since we last did a podcast, the Big West Conference in women's basketball has the Rainbow Wahine picked third and picked fifth. Interestingly, though, no Amy Atwell amongst the top five best players returning. And also something of note, I'm not sure if you caught this, but the reigning freshman of the year in the conference, Isla Lane from UC Santa Barbara, she's decided to opt out due to COVID concerns.
And we heard Josh Taylor telling us about that's one of the challenges, right, as a coach, is that you will, if you haven't already been notified of players that will opt out. And if it's a key returning player who you had a scholarship reserved for, and suddenly you're without that, I mean, especially in basketball, that kind of depth issues may be an issue for teams who are not as deep, or they recruited a backup for that point guard or whatever position, and it's a true freshman. So suddenly your talent level drops significantly when you didn't expect it to. And that's kind of the same problem with players who decide to transfer last minute, I guess. But in this case now, it's the pandemic leading to that kind of stuff.
And then we'll wrap it up here. Football losing by 8 on the island last Saturday to Boise State. It doesn't get any easier. The Wolfpack of Nevada, led by their offensive coordinator, Tim Chang now. Pack 5-0, coming to Honolulu a couple days after Thanksgiving. UH now 2-3, and they got a tough sled because after this game against Nevada, they got to go to San Jose State, who is also having a very fine season. Yes, the Bows will wrap up with UNLV to end the season, but a tough stretch of games. And I'm not sure if you caught that game against Boise this past Saturday. The first half did not look good. Second half looked a lot better, but just had dug themselves a little too deep of a hole to climb out of.
And I think this is your typical season where you're being led by a young, talented, but young quarterback, where you're going to have games like that, where he'll peak, do well next week, may have like this past week, slow start, gets better, but that consistency comes with experience. So I think that's the positive of that. This season will be that kind of a season, but you hope things will change next year.
You really hope so, but something that has been a bright spot for this squad, yes, it came out of Jacksonville, Florida, where Jacksonville had dropped their football program, so UH was lucky enough to sign Calvin Turner, to have him transfer to be a Rainbow Warrior. He has looked very, very good. Had not one, not two, but 3 touchdowns on Saturday. And so if you're looking for an offensive MVP so far, number 7, Calvin Turner, has got my vote because he has looked very, very good.
Yeah, I think aside from maybe that San Diego State game, I mean, Hawaii has had exciting games. It's exciting to watch. So just that nobody can go to the stadium and watch it. And to add on to the UH football news, they just signed an agreement with Stanford. So for 4 contests, 2 here, 2 there, I think it goes up to 2026 or something like that. They'll be playing each other. The first matchup will be at Aloha Stadium, or hopefully the new Aloha Stadium next year.
The new stadium's supposed to be done in 2023, and Stanford UH be at that new stadium.
Right.
And as much as I want to be an optimist about this, we've seen how long rail has taken. We've seen the price tag of rail go up. I really, really would like to be proven wrong here that the stadium can be done prior to the season in 2023. I just won't hold my breath.
Yep. Maybe that Stanford game kind of puts a little more definitive deadline, because that the university, the football community, and a lot of, I think, legislators who support University of Hawaii and their athletics program are going to have more motivation to say, let's meet the doggone deadline of 2023 so we can have this Pac-12 team Stanford coming into our new stadium.
Well, did you catch the Sunday night game last night in Vegas between the Chiefs and the Raiders?
I did not.
Because the TV crew had mentioned with Allegiant Stadium that they finished it on time, and as an incentive, the owners of the Raiders gave gift cards to all the workers, and there were over 4,000 workers that helped to complete this stadium on time. Maybe there's got to be an incentive to get this stadium on the island done by the time the 2023 season hits.
You heard it here, folks. We need someone with the juice to hopefully provide that incentive. Maybe we can talk to Mr. Ellison over owning Lanai, that he can kind of chip in, and Larry Ellison can kind of help us out here with the stadium.
Or build the stadium on Lanai, and you can boat to the game, take your canoe or your boat and dock it in Manele Bay.
Yeah, you can impose any quarantine you want as to who can come in. Hey, you got to have a test within 72 hours. I don't know.
It's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving coming up. We all know what we're thankful for. Of course, good health, and we get to celebrate with members of our own household. Again, please be safe. Your favorite side dish and why?
I'm pretty simple. My favorite side dish is corn on the cob. It's historic, right? They had corn on the cob back in the Mayflower days, but it's corn. I love corn on the cob, not in a bowl and heated. On the
Breaking
cob.
news: corn on the cob is corn on the cob.
Yeah, not cut up or in a bowl from the can, but on the cob, melting butter, preferably the long one. Not the short and cut one, the long one that you have to eat like a typewriter. That would be my favorite. How about you?
What's a typewriter?
Yeah, you millennial.
For me, it's either gonna be cornbread stuffing or green bean casserole. I always gotta have more than one.
Look at you with the high-end dishes that I've never heard of. What was the second one?
Green bean casserole.
Green bean casserole. Oh, okay. I'm just plain old corn on the cob. Just plain old corn on the cob. Well, with that, Our Thanksgiving edition of the Dave and Tiff Sports Podcast comes to an end. We want to thank Josh Taylor, University of Missouri women's volleyball head coach, for joining us. And also for all of you out there, have a happy Thanksgiving and
wear that mask. Be safe. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.